Hello and welcome to the channel. So, bit of a different one today. Tobias from Tobias Knife Chat started off store. What was it? What was it called? It was Hardware Store Knives, and then RJ did a video on some of his. So I know RJ has got a trade and he's a bit like myself. So I thought I'd follow suit because I really enjoy the topic. So this is like my true EDC. So I'm a multi-skilled maintenance engineer, which means I'm mediocre at a lot of things. So I work in a food manufacturing place, so I can't just carry my EDC as like my work knife, basically. I can't select my work knife. I have to buy it from a designated place. So I'm a multi-skilled engineer, so I do a bit of welding, a bit of machining, a bit of mechanical fitting, but my main, what I sort of did before I started this job was I was a domestic electrician. So, if I was still doing that now, I'd be able to carry whatever knives I want to use. But because I'm working in a food manufacturing in this place and it's very controlled, I have to sort of buy what they tell me to buy, or they buy what So this is my true EDC. This is what I carry every day. And what I use. So, and as an electrician, as you probably know, it's just making off cables a lot and things like that. So always good to have a knife. So I have two knives actually. This is my other one. So, but this is pretty much used quite a lot. This is more for steel wide armoured, SWA and stuff like that. So, and I'm glad I brought it home because it does actually need a sharpen. But let's talk about the Stanley fatmax first, because this gets the most use. So I've just tightened the pivot, so let's see if I can one hand open it still. Yes, I can. Brilliant. So I really rate these, and they're really cheap. So if you want a Stanley knife, this is the one for you. So it's got a load of cool features, and it's like £10 most places. So you can alter the pivot to your suiting to have it as hard opening or as easy opening as you want. Obviously, it takes your I use Stanley blade in this, and then it's a quick pin. You press this in here and you release. It is hard around the camera. As you can see, I've probably swapped this one around already. Let's see if I can pop this back in around the camera. There we go, and then it locks in. It's got this thing that I never use, and it's got a bit of rubberized. Let me just put the blade away so I don't cut myself. It's got a bit of like rubberized jimping for some close-up work. It's a liner lock. One of the best features and why I love this, it has got a pocket clip as well that I never really use. We have massive tool cases that we wheel around, and then we have caddies when we need to go upstairs and stuff like that. We do a lot of stuff up on mutes and things like that. And what I like about this is, like you've just found then, what you'll do, you'll be using it, it'll go blunt as anything, and then you try and swap it around and you think, oh no, I've already used that side. And you'll be up somewhere high or somewhere away from your kit, and then if you press that red button there, it releases and it holds several more Stanley blades in there. I think the trick is to make sure that you've always got a good one in there. You don't want to get to the point where you've got rubbish one there, then they're all rubbish. But yeah, so this is my EDC. Can't say enough good things about this. Really enjoyed it. If I lose this one, I'll get another one, because it's just really good for my job, really. And really, like I say, I've not really had any issues with it. The pivot goes a bit loose now and again, and you have to tighten it. But other than that, it's just that added feature of having your blades with you all the time. So, and then I'll show you my other one that I use. Now, I think it's mainly if you buy store-bought knife. What is it? What was the tag? I think like hardware knives, sort of hot, like, but you know, the thing with open tags, which this is kind of an open tag, you sort of interpret it a little bit to yourself. So this is the other one that I EDC quite a bit. So this is insulated, so it's a VDE. VDE just means that it's been tested electrically to sort of destruction. So it's 1,000 volt VDE. VDE is the testing and certification institution, which is internationally sort of recognised, and a lot of electricians, we look for the VDE, just gives us a bit of protection. But I don't use this that much, but it's got sort of like this finger guard here, and this is more if I'm sort of working with SWA and things like that, so which is very rarely, but it does get used, as you can tell, because it's a bit battered. But believe it or not, these ain't even that old. So, but yeah, but then it sort of lends itself to the question of like what you use as a work knife at home. So obviously, this is what I'm carrying today. I've got my GEC. This is not a Zippo. I know I was talking about Zippos. This is, but I just been loving this one again. So I think it was like a cheap AliExpress one, and it's like copper, but really well done. I can't remember the brand or anything, but and then I'm carrying my GEC 62 today. So I've been carrying this for a bit, to be fair. I've just been loving it, so it's been getting brought out most days. But I wouldn't go and use something like this for heavy or DIY tasks or things like that. So I talked on one of my previous videos that I've got this, the more robust. So this one gets battered and abused. But as much as I'm a traditional guy, I do like moderns. So this is sort of one that I use quite a bit for just dirty and gets a bit of abuse. I think I was doing some sort of roof felt with this, and the abrasiveness of some of it's taken off the paint. What else? You can't go wrong with like a Ganzo or something like that for that sort of task. Or so my moderns unfortunately get the abuse and the sort of work knives. So they're the ones. So I have a small collection of moderns, but they're the ones that get the abuse. But then it made me think, well, traditionally, you know, guys would have used a traditional. So I think a good pattern for sort of that, for an all-rounder, would be a trapper, because you've got two blades. So one you can use for sort of like, and they've got their own little chamber. So you could use one for like your food prep, EDC stuff, and then one is a bit of a work knife. So if I was gonna use a traditional, I'd use a trapper, as you know, that's that sort of pattern sort of gives you that option of two blades, and like I say, mess one up and keep one as your bit of your EDC and food prep and all the rest of it. But yeah, bit of a different video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.